Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh to some of you, and peace out to the rest of you. The blackest man on social media signing black in and shining again, asking you to hit that share button because the message is more important than the messenger. Now, the reason that I titled this the way that I did is a simple reason, really. And that reason is that you are dealing with a scenario, you brothers in the West are dealing with a scenario in which people who studied wolves and later on corrected their reports to reflect updated information were discounted and ignored, simply so that people could sit up here and say that folks are not even born equal, inherently equal, so that they could say that some men are just simply better than others. And this is just simply not really, it's not the case at birth. Now, we become better and worse than others based on our expertise. And that's why if alpha and beta actually exist among human beings, it really depends on where you are and what you're doing. And it makes perfect sense that a woman can be the alpha and a man can be the beta if she has more experience in something. Then yes, that's possible. Could be the case. Because she's the experienced physician and he's the new physician, or she's the experienced veteran teacher and he's the new teacher. Yes, of course, when it comes to educating minds, she's the alpha, he's the beta. If you want to use these terms, but see, what I want you gentlemen to understand is this. A lot of you got tricked into considering yourselves and other normal men as being beta, or rather lesser men, for one reason. A lot of you grew up learning to play nice with people who played nice with you. That's how you made friends. And you learned to play mean with people that played mean with you. They play rough, you get rough. They play nice, you play nice. You get older, students are nice to you, you're nice to them. What happens? Eventually you start your romantic life off. She's nice to you. You like each other, and she's nice to you, so you're nice to her. Then she flips the script and gets mean. Why? Because she assumed that your kindness was weakness. So because she's not grown enough to separate kindness from weakness, she then and all the others come along and they reassign regular normal men to the category of subversive and subordinate men. Men who must take orders from everybody else because they're really not good for anything else. Because they don't know kindness from weakness. What this means is you're human and they're animals. And that's not all. Some of you, some guys out there are taking the same thing on. Now, it's one thing to understand that alpha and beta are terms that women, you can use to describe how women are making assessments, and that's okay. But that's not what's going on here. They're coming along and they're saying alpha and beta as if these are absolute realities across the board. And then some men are co-opting this, which means they're following the mistake and they're following the women. So I want to say this. I haven't heard this in the last 9 months, but if any of you men come into my comment section and you call yourselves an alpha and then talk about how hard it is to listen to us so-called beta men talk about this problem, I'm just going to go ahead and shred your comment. And the reason I'm going to do it is because at the end of the day, you niggas don't know what you're talking about. That's it. If you knew, you wouldn't say it. You wouldn't be following behind them. Regular, normal, run-of-the-men who are very alpha in many categories get labeled as such. And I'm going to tell you an example. Matt Barnes, an alpha, at least on the field. Russell Wilson, an alpha on the field. I'm sorry, Matt Barnes, an alpha on the court. I forgot. And then Russell Wilson, an alpha on the field. These gentlemen were alphas in their particular arenas or fields. I mean, literally, actually. And what happened? What went on with these dudes? Somebody even pointed out how bad Matt Barnes was at dating and marriage. Of course, he was bad. The options are no better than what he has. Even he doesn't have any better options. Johnny Depp doesn't have any better options than Amber Heard. That's the options that are out there. This makes every man a beta, according to you niggas. Because the women simply ain't no better options in the West. These niggas' biggest mistakes were that they didn't do what Dave Chappelle did. Dave Chappelle married a woman that was from the East, and he spoiled her. And she kept the family together. There's your alpha. He's smiling and making people laugh. He ain't slapping nobody around, physically dominating them, dunking on the court and putting his nuts in their face. No. He's making them crack up. But you know what? If anything is alpha, what he did is alpha. He looked and saw who's going to cooperate. And some of you say, yeah, but see, he's Dave Chappelle. He brought all that money. You don't have to be, actually. In that part of the world, you don't necessarily have to be. I know that for a fact. So that being said, I hope to God that some of you guys will actually start reading. And that's another thing. How come the dudes that are always calling themselves alpha can't spell in their first language to save their lives? I hope that one day all this stuff won't be true anymore, and in the meantime, I hope it benefits you. Black heart sign and black out. Assalamu alaikum and black male power just because they don't like it.